We're recording. Hello, I'm Paul Vnuk from Recording Magazine. Welcome to our latest video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a small but mighty studio monitor from IK Multimedia, the iLoud Micro Monitor Pro, which I also review in the December 2024 issue of Recording Magazine. If you're familiar with any of the IK Multimedia iLoud monitor speakers, you'll have heard words like surprising, physics-defying, and I can't believe how good these sound considering their looks and their size. We reviewed the original, ultra-compact iLoud micro monitor system in our November 2018 issue, and our reviewer found it to definitely take the prize for maximum volume in minimum, volume. In other words, he felt that it offered impressive sound for its size. Now, 6 years later, the new iLoud Micro Monitor Pro is designed not as a replacement, but to live alongside the still in production iLoud Micro Monitor. While similarly styled, the Micro Monitor Pro benefits from a complete ground-up redesign of its internal components and specially designed bass reflex system. A large internal tube that runs from top to bottom inside the enclosure to increase the bass response. Like all iLoud models, the Micro Monitor Pro is made of thick, rugged, molded plastic and weighs 3.2 pounds. The newly designed enclosure is roughly 1 inch taller, wider, and deeper than the standard Micro Monitor. A 1-inch low-distortion silk dome tweeter handles the treble, while a 3-inch composite cellulose fiber custom-made driver delivers the mids and lows, along with a 2-inch by 1.25-inch front-side bass port. Each Micro Monitor Pro offers 50 watts of bi-amped power, with 30 watts to the woofer and 20 watts to the tweeter. The Micro Monitor Pro has a 50 Hz to 20 kHz frequency response at plus or minus 2 dB and 42 Hz to 22 kHz response at minus 10 dB. It also offers a 94 dB continuous max SPL and 107.3 dB peak SPL. That's a lot of sound and clarity in a small footprint. A small pop-out kickstand helps angle the monitor upward when needed. Also, on the bottom of each speaker is a small threaded adapter that mounts the speaker on a mic stand. Not only does this increase your placement options, but it's also great for improved isolation. Moving to the back of the unit, the EQ controls and volume knob remain from the original Micro Monitor, but in expanded form. You also get new I/O and control options. Most notably, on the original Micro Monitor, the power amp, controls, and I/O are all found on the left speaker, while the signal and power are sent to the right monitor via a multi-pin cable. In contrast, each Micro Monitor Pro now has its own I/O, controls, power amp, and internal power supply. You get a choice of balanced XLR or unbalanced RCA inputs. The original offered RCA and 1/8-inch inputs. There's also a USB-C socket as well as 4 digital push buttons. These control the low frequency extension, attenuation or boost of the low and high frequencies, or a choice of flat, calibrated, or desktop response modes. One other thing to note, while the original Micro Monitor has the option of a Bluetooth input, the Micro Monitor Pro does not. However, the new Micro Monitor Pro is designed to work with IK Multimedia's DSP-based Advanced Room Correction, or ARC software. Just like the iLoud MTM and iLoud MTM Precision models, ARC is now built into the iLoud Micro Monitor Pro. The company's ARC measurement mic is included when the monitors are purchased in pairs or immersive bundles. As far as room correction products go, the IK Multimedia ARC system is pretty simple and straightforward to set up and use. To use ARC with the Micro Monitor Pro, the measurement microphone is plugged directly into the XLR input of each monitor in your setup. Note that this does differ from using ARC and the measurement microphone with the MTM Mark II and MTM Precision models, both of which offer a dedicated secondary microphone input. With the microphone plugged in and ready to go, you can choose between one of two operation modes. For the most basic use, you position the mic at ear level in the middle of your listening position. Press a couple of buttons on the rear of the monitor, get out of the way, and it sends a swoopy bloop into the room and the mic. Next, the speaker does some calculations, and when it's finished, a flat, room-corrected response is stored inside of each monitor. No software or computer is necessary. Of course, the more advanced option requires the use of the IK Multimedia X Monitor software and a USB-C connection. Note that you're going to have an individual USB cable connected for each monitor to access the full X Monitor capabilities. When using X Monitor, the software walks you through 4 mic placement/measurements per monitor for an even more accurate corrective outcome. Once again, this data is stored inside of each monitor. As we learned in the ARC Studio review in the November 2024 issue of Recording Magazine, the X Monitor software offers further fun with 16 included speaker models, from famous white and yellow coned offerings to TV and smartphone speakers. Each model is handy for additional mix checking perspectives. X Monitor also lets you access additional contours for each speaker's EQ voicing options. Beyond the initial rear button settings, X Monitor offers an impressive 14 options primarily related to the speaker's location in your space: desk, corner, wall, etc. You can also craft your own custom EQ curves and time delays necessary for most immersive and Atmos setups. Nicely, when you close the X Monitor app and unplug the USB cable, each speaker retains its selected EQ or room correction curve. And if your speakers travel with you from location to location, you can store multiple setups as sessions on your computer and load them into the monitors as needed. Despite multiple reviews of iLoud offerings in our magazine over the years, this is actually my first time using and hearing a set of iLoud monitors, and pick your adjective. I'm impressed, surprised, and blown away by the full and present sound they offer for their size. Seriously. I initially set them up in my home editing suite alongside my usual 6-inch monitors. Now I understand that this is going to sound like complete hyperbole, but the iLoud Micro Monitor Pro more than holds its own in that environment. Now, of course, they're not as big, rich, and opulent, nor low-reaching in the lows as my much more expensive, full-size near-fields. However, they're not that far behind when it comes to volume and presentation. I guess you can consider that the physics-defying portion of my review. There were more than a few times that I honestly forgot which monitor I was listening to. Our reviewer David Blasco, who was one of the 2 reviewers who did the ARC Studio review back in the November 2024 issue, stopped by my studio when I was doing my Micro Monitor Pro review, and even he agreed at how amazingly these little guys effortlessly filled the space. Of course, all of the above impressions were after I had run the 4-point X Monitor calibration. As you can see, ARC compensated for quite a bit of low-end buildup, as well as a significant 90 Hz null and a huge mid presence. Sonically, the Micro Monitor Pro speakers are punchy, full, focused, and present. The low end is very tight with an impressive kick. It's not sub-like or hyped, but you can hear and, better yet, even feel where the low end sits in a mix without too much second guessing. The mid-range is perhaps the most special part of the Micro Monitor Pro. It's incredibly detailed and present, and perfect as a mix tool for placing vocals, guitars, snare drums, and the like. The high end is also open and clear. It's not glassy, sweet, or airy like some larger monitors, but it does have a nice control that keeps the Micro Monitor Pro from being harsh or fatiguing. As mentioned, they fill a small editing suite such as mine nicely, although they do start to collapse when you push them to like 90 or 95 dB with aggressive or bass-heavy music. Like their predecessors, they are designed to work best up close and personal. In my case, I had them set up in a 28-inch equilateral listening triangle, and I had 0 issues with their soundstage or imaging. I'm also a big fan of the X Monitor offerings and really enjoyed the smartphone, white 5, and yellow 5 settings as alternate mix references. Normally, I don't show off how a speaker sounds in a speaker review video because it just seems a bit odd for me to stick a microphone in front of a speaker and then play it back through a streaming codec, through your speakers or headphones. However, here's just a few examples of some of the different speaker models in the X Monitor software. Along the same lines, here's a quick sample of the iLoud Micro Monitor Pro alongside my Focal Solo 6 monitors. And last but not least, here's the new iLoud Micro Monitor Pro set completely flat with no correction alongside the original Micro Monitor. Compared to its smaller sibling, which is still an awesome speaker in its own right, the iLoud Micro Monitor Pro sounded bigger, clearer, and deeper. In either case, it's actually really easy to see why so many people I know rave about the various iLoud models. Personally, I'm torn between leaving these set up at home as a second set of monitors for editing, or leaving them set up here in my professional mix room and using them as a reference tool both with and without X Monitor. Maybe I just need to get 2 pairs. On the other hand, they are small enough that they travel quite easily, and the X Monitor software actually lets me store profiles for each of my different rooms, so portability is definitely an option with the iLoud Micro Monitor Pro. I'm also going to make the leap and say that with a well-chosen sub, the Micro Monitor Pro is a great, affordable entry point into the world of Dolby Atmos and immersive audio. At the time of this video, they are only $279 each, which makes them a great option for multiple use case scenarios. If you'd like to learn more about the IK Multimedia iLoud Micro Monitor Pro or any of the other iLoud offerings, stop by ikmultimedia.com for more. Also, be sure to check out my review of the iLoud Micro Monitor Pro in the December 2024 issue of Recording Magazine. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us the thumbs up below, and better yet, subscribe to Recording's YouTube page for more video reviews, product comparisons, how-to videos, and more. Then, stop by recordingmag.com for the best in all things recording, where you can subscribe to our print publication, which is now in its 38th year. We'll see you soon.